Hey everybody. Well, I got the floor pans in. I got that ready. It's basically ready. Inside will be ready for carpet when I get ready to do that. But got one more piece of matting to put up underneath the behind the brake and the gas pedal and stuff. But other than that, it's in. Let me give you a little rundown of what I used and how I did that. First, of course, I welded in the new plates. I had to make a couple pieces of metal. Had to form a couple pieces for the back here and some patches up on the front side and the front piece in there. Anyway, got that welded in. Then I went and used the seam seal around any place that I have a seam in there, welded seam, or had a couple of lap seams in the front where the pieces were supposed to be. So I put the seam seal in. Then I used any place that had old metal. I used the Rust-Oleum rust reformer. It basically coats anything that's got any rust still on it. Even after you wire brush it, sand it, it's still going to have rust in it. It's always been in the past years, everything. You couldn't get rid of rust in the past, but now they have this kind of stuff in it. It tends to change the rust out now. So I sprayed the rust reformer on parts inside and underneath, on any area that had any old metal on it that still might have had a little bit of surface rust or anything on that. And on the inside, I put Rust-Oleum high performance enamel over top of that, which sprayed over top of the seam sealer, over top of the rust reformer. That's just give it a coat of paint. And then on the inside, on top of that, after that dried, then I put the kill mat down, which is basically a kind of I don't even know what to call it, natural rubber type of a stuff that it's semi-sticky. It can be repositioned. It has aluminum coating on top. This stuff will form into just about any shape you want. If you got too deep of a drop. Now I just put it in. It recommends using a roller to put it in. I just put it in using my thumb, pushing down. Like here's one little spot that had a dip right in here. So the aluminum tore right there. So I'm going to take another little piece, put over top of that, and it'll stick right to that one, and it'll seal that up. So this whole floor is sealed tight with that process going on. It works great. Now the bottom underside, I put the rust reformer on any spots that had it, and then I used the Rust-Oleum undercoat spray, and I put like 3 heavy coats of that on there. So that basically takes care of the underside. I'll probably put one more coat on the whole bottom side of the car once I get it the rest of it done. So I get the rest of any rust out stuff done. So the inside is basically done. Now I'm going to work on the outside. Of course, this side here, the driver's side rear quarter has to be. I'm getting to that. Right now I'm working on this rear. I cut out the rear quarter on this. I got to replace a chunk of the internal wheel well behind the wheel. Actually, the wheel well itself is good, but this back support piece is good. So I cut out the whole piece there, and I took, here's the There's the piece I cut out. It had quite a bit of, it was damaged well beyond repair, and of course the rust was gone. So I made a new piece, formed the lips, goes around, all welded in, bent on the brakes there, and it's ready to, it'll be ready to weld back in there once I get this internal piece done. That's the next area. This is basically just going to cut out this main rusted out spot in there and then replace that. I'm not going to worry about that divot or anything right there, that part that is a plug to clean out plug. Stuff never gets cleaned out. It rusts out anyway, so what's the use of having a clean out plug if it never gets used? So anyway, that's where that one stands. It's ready to go in. What else we got here? What's the back, and then the driver's side rear will be ready. And then I got one other little section. I got some damage right here, which I will cut out and replace that section, because got a little bit of rust down at the bottom here, which I'm going to have to cut out and replace. It had some previous body work. This whole piece has been caved in, so this is going to get cut along this seam, probably along this seam here, just like I did on the back. Cut along the groove and then across, cut over here and then down, and I can repair this section right up here without doing anything. So that'll be a new piece I'll make, and that's where we're at. If you got any questions on doing these floor plans or anything, put it down in the comments down there. Anything about this kill mat stuff, this is great. I've used this. I use this in the Blazer. I've actually put this in other rigs that I've had, so it's good stuff. It's easy to install, and it stays in there, and it's good. Alrighty, well, just remember, don't ever run out of projects. Take care, everybody.